Here, there are more polar bears than people. You're not allowed to leave the town without a firearm, and you're not allowed to die or to be born here. This is an island close to the North Pole that most people haven't even heard about. I'm currently in Longyearbyen, the world's northernmost town. Wow, what a feeling. It's in the Arctic and is so far north that 60% of Svalbard is covered in ice. What I've seen in pictures and what I've seen on video does not compare to when I see it like this. There are no trees on Svalbard. The environment here is so cool. I mean, you can see the grass, but in some way it just looks Arctic. I don't know how to explain it. Here you have the world's northernmost airport, the world's northernmost gas station, the world's northernmost university, cinema, groceries, and if you want to party, of course, you have the northernmost nightclub. I'm wondering if the building's falling apart or if a polar bear has scratched the surface of this. Here, it's the animals that dominate Svalbard. Despite the Arctic climate, it's home to birds, reindeers, rare Arctic foxes, seals, narwhals, belugas, walruses, orcas, and not least, the world's largest animal, the blue whale. It can be up to 30 meters long and weigh up to 150,000 kilograms. Also home to the world's largest land predator, the polar bear. The polar bear can weigh up to 1 ton. I mean, just look at it. It's like 10 times my size. And if we're lucky, we're gonna spot these animals today in this video. What you're looking at right now is one of the first sunsets on Svalbard this year. In northern parts of the world like Scandinavia, usually have one day where the sun doesn't set. But here, it's been up for 135 days in a row. The crazy part is, when the sun sets there in November, it doesn't go up in 4 months. As you can see, the locals come out here to watch this special occasion. They hang out, they chill, they take pictures. Wow, this is really cool. So this is really our best chance if we want to photograph animals when the daylight's still here. Holy shit. Just don't scare it away. We drove up here and we were just standing and then suddenly it appeared. The Svalbard reindeer. And this is a type of species that only exists on the Svalbard archipelago. Wow. If the world would end, our rescue would be here in Svalbard. The Doomsday Vault is built like a giant freezer into the mountain. And here they have stored 4.5 million seeds from all over the world. The reason you can't give birth here is to not overwhelm the hospital. If you want to have kids, you can go back to the mainland where you can have kids and then come back. I wonder what it would be like to grow up here. I mean, it has to be special. These are the only graves and the buried bodies here. And the reason for that is, under the ground, there's a permafrost that will preserve the body in perfect condition, which also means viruses and bacteria inside the body are also preserved. Did you know that the Spanish flu is buried here?
What? What the hell are we doing here?
Anyone can move here without a visa or residential permit. There's one condition though. If you get too sick or can't take care of yourself, you gotta go back to where you came from. The person who lived in this house got too old and sick to take care of himself, so he had to go back to the mainland, and now the house has just been standing here and falling apart basically. So what do people do here and how do they sustain themselves? Today, a lot of people work with tourism and expeditions, since a lot of people come here to see the polar bear, which I'm hoping to do as well. In Scandinavia, they have moose warning signs, but here in Svalbard, they have polar bear warning signs. Don't you just feel like afraid of a sudden polar bear attack?
Don't say that.
Svalbard is larger than the state of Pennsylvania or the country of Denmark, and it's estimated that the amount of polar bears that live here are around 3,000. While there are more polar bears than people, there are those in the town who've never seen a polar bear. With that said, you can never feel too safe. After all, this is the land of the polar bear, and attacks on humans have happened and can happen at any time.
The guide was sleeping in a tent behind this camping area, and the polar bear was coming in from the north, was swimming in there, probably swimming in there, and attacked him when he was sleeping inside his tent and killed him.
Because of this, it's forbidden to leave the town without a firearm or without someone who has one and knows how to handle it.
A flare gun. It's ammunition. And this rifle that we always carry when we're outside. We never leave town without the rifle.
I'm reminded yet again that the dangers of Svalbard are real. In the town you feel quite safe with people around you, but as I leave the town, I also leave the safety. Have you seen polar bears?
Yes, here in this area we had polar bear sightings in August and September, and also polar bear sightings in Mars.
How did it feel the first time?
It's a mighty animal.
Have you ever had to use your firearm?
No, never. Do you know anyone who's had to use the rifle? Yes, I do.
I have dreamed for so long to visit this place, to experience the wilderness, and most of all, the animals that live here with my own eyes. These are the 5 animals I'm hoping to experience the most and capture on film.
The Arctic fox are curious, a very curious animal. And with my whistle sound, they often rise up and check, going around what's going on here.
Okay, luck is on our side. There's an Arctic fox family right here.
It's a whole family.
Oh.
You see the white one of them is the male. So let's go. They are not so easy to approach.
I can hear the sound of them.
Didn't you say that there were supposed to be foxes here? These are birds.
Apparently, I had completely misunderstood what our guide had said. I expected to see the rare Arctic fox, but instead I got to see the Svalbard grouse. We got to see a whole variety of birds, and they're surely exciting for bird watchers, but not quite what I came for. The Arctic fox is supposed to be the easiest to find out of the 5 I'm here for. And if we can't find this one, I'm starting to get worried that I might not be able to fulfill my dream this time. It's cool. But then our luck turned around. It's an Arctic fox puppy. Wow, it's beautiful. It got really close. It was really beautiful. After a long and successful hike, we went back to the town to rest and eat for tomorrow's polar bear expedition to the glaciers. And then when I looked at the menu, I saw this. Is that dolphin? Dollfishes. Now I'm curious to find out about the food culture here.
With the red wine sauce and blueberries.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've heard that seal is supposed to be really good here. I've never eaten seal before, so I don't know what to expect. If you would serve me this without saying what it was, I'd never imagine it to be seal. It was okay. A 6 out of 10. The northernmost hamburger made out of whale meat. I guess I'll just dig in. When I ordered these foods, I wanted to experience the culture on Svalbard. Today, I'd say eating these foods are unethical. Yeah, it tastes like something I've eaten before. There are no crossroads or any kind of traffic lights. No pavements.
Please do not park your dog here. Dog parking available by flagpole.
Can you see this? A dog parking sign. There are many interesting signs here. If you're interested in a new carpet here on Svalbard, you can buy a polar bear carpet at $12,000. Now it's time to do what I came for, the polar bear expedition.
We go straight towards the Northern Shield Glacier, with a very high likelihood of having a wildlife encounter on the way. So we'll be on the lookout for whales and perhaps other animals. And then we head towards the Northern Shield Glacier. That's the best chance to see other animals as well.
Sounds good. Can't believe it's actually happening. In over 6 years, ever since I discovered that this place exists, I've wanted to come here. And wow, this is not like any other trip that I've done. My heart is beating out of my chest. I can't believe this is happening.
What we need to see when we're in the ocean. If it's a whale, Look for its back coming up, or water spouts. It's never guaranteed that we'll see them, but if we cooperate, we'll increase our chances. Sounds good?
Something just moved at the surface, and we think it's probably a whale.
We wait here for a while and we'll see if they'll show up. And if they don't, there it is. You can hear them. There's a lot of water spouts over there. Let's drive out there. It's about a 3 to 4 minute drive.
Yeah?
And it's about 8, 9, 10 whales.
What? Did you hear that? I've got my camera ready. We're on our way to a pod of whales. This is crazy. I don't know how to explain this feeling. I just hope that when we're approaching them that they won't go away.
They're coming this way.
Are they on their way here?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, no way, man. This is absolutely unbelievable.
The ones that just passed the boat was this one.
Wow.
It can get up to 25 meters long, and one of the largest whales we have in Svalbard, and in the world.
Wow, this is crazy. What a feeling.
During my 3 years in Svalbard, with boat expeditions, I've never had the fin whale get this close to my boat. Never.
Wow, did you see they were huge? Right now we're approaching what looks like the entrance to the North Pole. This glacier looks like it's right next to us, but it's actually 600 meters away and about 50 to 60 meters tall. I feel really humbled next to nature like this. We might have encountered seals. They just came up from the surface.
Oh, damn. You can see the head.
It's actually 2 of them.
Where's the other one?
I'm not sure where it is right now, but I saw 2.
Ah, it took off.
I'm gonna put the camera underwater and we might be able to see something. So you've encountered polar bears before, right?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few polar bears.
What was it like the first time?
It's always special, whether it's the first time or it's the 100th or 200th. Each time it's special regardless.
I hope I can experience it as well. You know the feeling.
I'll have my fingers crossed.
We just got a tip on the radio that there's a polar bear in these areas from researchers who are currently here. So we're slowly approaching, not to disturb. I want to get a good picture of the polar bear, so I gotta get my nerves under control and not screw this up. Is it true that the polar bears of Svalbard are less afraid of humans?
One bear can really be scared, and another can be interested in coming up close to you to investigate.
So we're approaching, but here it's the polar bear that rules.
It's lying down in front of the glacier.
Ah, I can see. Right on the cliff. What looks like a patch of snow.
It's actually 3 polar bears, a mother and its 2 cubs.
I'm speechless. I don't have any words. I'm trying to formulate myself, but I can't do it. This is magical.